Welcome to Get Your FRQ On. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the functions available to you by pressing the Math key. This will open up the Math menu. And when you press on it, you're going to get 5 different menus: Math, Number, Complex, Probability, and Fraction. For this video, I'm only going to be looking under Math and really only at the first 5. We'll talk about some of the other ones in later videos. So the first 5 options that you have here are fraction, decimal, cubing, cube rooting, and X rooting, which just means you can take different roots besides square roots and cube roots. So the way these work is the first one, notice this little triangle in front of frac. What this function will do is it will convert a decimal answer into a fraction in most cases. If the decimal just has too many decimal places, it might not do it. But for the most part, it will convert it to a fraction. And then the reverse of that, if you have a fraction and you'd like to know what it is as a decimal, you can convert it to a decimal using option 2. That is not what I meant to do. And then if you want to cube something, there is another way to do it. You can use the little caret here with a 3, but if you want to cube something with a 3, you can do that. Cube rooting. And then X rooting. I'm going to show you how to use some of these. All right, so for example, if I have a decimal that I want to change into a fraction, so let's say 1.5, go to Math, I want to convert it to a fraction. All right, so now my command is convert 1.5 into a fraction, 3 halves. Likewise, if I want to convert that into a decimal, second answer, just to grab whatever the last output was, Math, and then convert it to a decimal, and it does that. It's 1.5. Cubing, I'm not really going to go over. Cube rooting, I'm not going to go over, except to say when you do a cube root of something, notice there's a parenthesis here. Make sure that you close this parenthesis when you're done with whatever it is you want to take the cube root of. But I do also want to show you the syntax for doing just a generic root. So I'm going to exit out of this. And let's say we want the 5th root of a number. So I'm going to start with 5. Then I'm going to hit the Math button. Then I'm going to get my 5th root key, or my X root key, and then enter in my number, 32. I'm going to use the arrow to exit out of the root key. And then I'm going to hit enter, and it calculates the 5th root for me. So those are some of the functions that you have available to you under the Math menu on your graphing calculator. Again, we'll cover more of these in later videos when it's more appropriate. Some of the functionality there is something that is beyond basic. And right now we're just working on basic skills, understanding and getting to know our calculator. So we will discuss more complex functionality of our calculator later.